In this season of Doom, we have seen a plethora of new projects constantly being born. From simple indie maps to ambitious community projects that fill the corners of Doom with excitement and life. Pandora, you could say, falls into the later category, but in a different way compared to the usual. What makes this megawatt stand out from the ocean of content we receive every day is that Pandora is a project inspired precisely by the maps of yesteryear that plagued the 90s during the glorious and rare shovelware days. Shovelware were CD collections that contained huge, and I mean huge, amounts of files randomly downloaded from the internet without any kind of curation or quality control in the majority of the cases. In the world of Doom, WAD compilation discs came to have a certain fame, and in turn, found relative success even from their own category. Downloading maps during the 90s with snail pace internet speed was a very tedious task. The idea of being able to install a CD and have a selection of thousands of WADs to explore was certainly very appealing. Of course, as time went by, shovelware started to get a bad reputation and were not as fondly remembered as it is today. Once the internet improved to something like we have today, the need for compilation CDs ceased to exist, and now it was just a nostalgic piece of the past. Fast forward 3 decades into the future, now shovelware CDs are true relics. But as it is human nature in times of desperation, we see the past in more colorful hues than ever before. In a way, there is a unique charisma to these WADs that we found in these old CDs. A quality that is hard to replicate that, for better or worse, lies well and truly in the 90s. Until of course, Pandora came along. Pandora is a community project dedicated to those times, to those old CDs full of pure raw crap. This project was designed to recreate the spirit of that era, using a futuristic perspective and under a touch of modernity. WADs from the 90s have a bad reputation, not so much for their low quality, but for being too crude, too raw, full of bugs, bad design decisions, very cryptic and confusing progression, or they were just so badly made that they don't even work or are incomplete. Those kind of problems were common to find in shovelware WADs. On the other hand, Pandora takes care of giving you a taste of the cake without fear of ending up poison. These maps are vanilla compatible and work across a wide range of sources. While there are bugs used on purpose, the maps are designed from start to finish, leaving no loose ends, meaning all maps work. If you've never tried a WAD from the 90s, Pandora gives you an excellent taste what those times were like. Some of these maps that have been crafted for the project gracefully suit the style of the days of yore, paying great tribute to that golden era of pure growing talent and potential. This megawatt is a unique case in point. The closest I can think of is the TuneUp community project, where the creators sought to improve on 90s levels, but here, with Pandora, mappers are looking to recreate those classic designs from almost 30 years ago, untouched, pure, and simply vanilla. It is difficult to describe, even a little difficult to review Pandora. I believe it will not be a WAD for everyone. It's janky, obtuse at times, varies a lot, and makes tremendous leaps in quality and difficulty, constantly. It doesn't try to be a modern, pristine, flawless project, but it tries to go back in time in a way that is playable. If you don't like the maps of the 90s, you may not like this one. But, on the other hand, if you open your mind a bit and are willing to experience something completely new, I think this WAD will show you with real sweetness how times move on, how levels change and skills improve. There is a certain beauty in those specimens that now lie forgotten under tons of other, newer and better WADs. On the other hand, it's not a pure shit like some shovelware CDs used to be. There's a lot of really good and fun maps here that capture the spirit of the 90s without butchering the enjoyment of the player. I even contributed 2 maps myself, and while biased of course, I like to say that I highly enjoy the process and I'm quite proud of the result. After all, it's an easy exercise to create a map by following a simple rule. Don't follow any rules. Texture alignments? Nah. Hums? Sure. Related texturing? Nice. Chaotic layout? Yes. Extremely divergent styles? Of course. Lots of fun? Indeed. This project is not about concern with the present. It's about remembering the legacy of the past. In that regard, I think Pandora succeeds greatly. A fun collection of 35 maps that will make you go on a journey through time. There's quite literally a little bit of everything here, from regularly fast-paced traditional maps to some insanely punishing and hideously long set pieces. But don't worry, most maps are more than doable, fast and very punchy. You love the ugliness and you see that beauty is indeed in the eye of the beholder. And lo and behold, I found my thing, Pandora. Truly a community project that will most likely divide the audiences because there's those that enjoy the good old school and those that enjoy the good old new school. But here, well, here you'll be remembering the past. A legacy that's now better left untouched. But if you're curious to taste what it was like before, I think Pandora is a good way to do so. So, are you a recurrent enjoyer? Do you love the 90s? Or do you just want to play some fast-paced maps and blast through it? If your answer is yes to any of those questions, then play Pandora. It's gonna be worth it.